Getting ready. Everyone does it, and it can be so much fun. We go to parties, maybe a dinner, a date, and we want to look good. So we use the perfect tool to turn our natural human face to its better self: makeup. So what do we use? Well, maybe you start with that concealer, because who wants those dark circles around your eyes? Eyebrow pencil to get that perfect shape of the brows. Foundation, highlighter, bronzer, mascara to get those eyes to really pop, lip gloss. But what do we know about these products we put on our face each day? Do we know what they were made of? Do we know what they've been tested on? No, usually we don't know. Today I'm going to explain to you why animals' rights should go before beauty. Because animals does not have to suffer for you to look good. Before I started this project, I knew what animal testing was. I knew that it was happening. But when I was standing there buying my usual mascara, I never thought of animal testing being a reason not to buy it. And when I chose this topic, I thought it would be interesting to learn about something I knew little about. But I had no idea how much it would end up affecting me and my thinking. When I looked at a label before I did a ton of research and I saw the word organic or natural, I thought that was something good. I thought I did something good by buying that product. But what I later found out was that companies use words as organic or natural to make a product sound good. And it is good that it's natural. It means that it's made out of natural resources. But it doesn't really tell you anything else than that. Humans have used animals ever since the 2nd and 4th century. And ever since, we have used them to improve medical treatment, check safety for products meant for human beings, but also for commercial reasons. And debates whether using animals is right or wrong has always existed. But even though these debates do exist, we still end up here today with these 115 million animals that are used each year for makeup and skincare experiments. Mice, rats, dogs, cats, hamsters, frogs, birds, rabbits, monkeys, and most of these animals, they die. And out of all of these animals, 26 million are used in the US only per year. There are some parts of the world, like for example Europe, where these tests were banned in early 2013. Then there's also California, Taiwan, New Zealand, where it either has been banned or strongly limited. But then there are also other parts of the world, like for example China, where these tests are only increasing. The majority of experiments that are supposed to secure human health, they don't. They can't. Because humans are not 70-kilo rats. We're not dogs. We're not monkeys. So often, all that these tests give us is a false result. And animal testing has contributed to life-saving cures. But most of them just hurt or kill animals that could have stayed alive. Animals that are used are usually bred for that reason, or they're caught from the wild. These animals are living in cages, socially isolated from everything they know. For example, with a face cream test, you usually do it on a monkey or a dog because they have the most similar skin to a human being. So the first step would be to shave their entire bodies. So that you then can do the next step, which is to apply the cream on their bodies layer after layer. Then you wait. And if this cream ends up being dangerous or toxic, these animals will end up with burns and wounds that they don't get any treatment for because they're laboratory equipment. The next step would be to test in the eye of the animal because you can't really sell a product that might be life-threatening for someone to get in the eye. So you take the cream and you drop it in the animal's eye. Then you wait. And if this cream ends up being dangerous, that animal will end up going blind. Some brands you all may have heard of is Maybelline, Dior, Chanel, Max Factor, L'Oreal, Lancome, Clinique, MAC. All of these brands, they use animals in some way. For example, Chanel and Dior, they are both brands that say that they're strictly against animal testing, but they both sell their products in countries where animal testing is mandatory. These animals that have been tested on, they have no life after it. They lose too much of their personality, too many of their characteristics. Their compassion, love, trust, it all disappears. Their blood pressure spikes whenever someone gets close to them. So by putting all of these animals through this, we're taking away the only chance to a life they will ever have. My favorite mascara of all times is from Maybelline. It just has that perfect shape that makes my eyelashes look longer. But when I found out that out of all of these big brands, Maybelline was the one using animals the most, I couldn't use it without feeling guilty about it. And when I did use it, I couldn't stop thinking about those animals that had suffered for me to get those eyelashes. So I did some research. It just had to exist a brand I could use without feeling guilty about it. And there was. NYX, NYX, Jordanas, Wet n Wild. These are not as big brands, but they exist and they're cruelty-free. And I realized that I could get those eyelashes without feeling guilty about it. We have been using animals for so long, for products that are meant for us to look good. These are living creatures that we're killing for what? For us to feel better about ourselves. So when you're standing there with your favorite Maybelline mascara in your hand or that perfect Max Factor foundation, think, do your own research, and then make the better choice. Because animals does not have to suffer for you to look good. Thank you.